This is dangerous.
I'm Millie Boyle. I'm an NRLW player for the Brisbane Broncos.
We always sing her praises, but she's been outstanding, Millie Boyle.
Look at those eyes right there. She's a cold stone killer.
Millie Boyle brush away from 1, 2, gets to the line and scores! What a try!
Skill written all over it.
What a superstar, Millie Boyle!
She is. And you were thinking maybe Nico Hines because he was the men's Dally M winner last year. But no, it's Millie. It's all about her.
Millie today.
It was a curveball.
Millie Boyle, hello.
Hello, what an introduction that was. How are we?
Very well. It says there you're a Bronco. You used to be a Bronco. And also you were...
A couple of clubs ago.
Yeah, so you've played for the Broncos, you've played for the Knights.
Yep, and now I'm moving on to the Roosters.
Can I ask a question? This isn't sexist in any way, but you know, with the footy players, with the jerseys and stuff, there's some jerseys that are more flattering on certain players. In the women's league, do you guys sit there and go, oh, well, that colour really suits me?
Look, it doesn't come down to that, no. But look, we do our best. I guess it just depends on what shape you're in.
Well, that's right. I mean, and you used to play rugby union. Is there a big difference going from union to league? I know a lot of guys do it. Is there any difference? Because I guess in your day when you started out, union was the easiest one, the one that you'd be funneled into, I guess.
Yeah, I guess there's more positions in rugby union, and I guess it caters for more shapes and sizes depending on what your ability is. But with saying that, it depends on your position to see what you can kind of transition across to. So for me, I played flanker second row, and that kind of fits that prop role, I feel like, really well in rugby league.
Good.
You've got to be really strong to be a prop, don't you? You've really got to have your strength about you.
Well, strong or dumb, I'm not too sure. It's pretty stupid sport when you think about it.
A bit from column A and a bit from column B, perhaps. Oh, well, let's start off tonight. It's Storm versus the Broncos. How you feeling, Millie?
Look, I really like the Storm, but I just don't see them getting it over the Broncos tonight. I think the Broncos have been in great form, and they'll take their confidence down to Amy Park. So I'm tipping the Broncos.
Turn of form for the Storm this year. What about Friday night? We're seeing the Bulldogs and the Warriors.
Yes, I'm backing the Warriors there. It is a Bulldogs game, but I just think the Warriors, they've been in great form as well, and in that top 4, top 6 position at the moment. So, I'm backing the Warriors.
All right. Now, you're going to have to tip with your head rather than your heart. Friday, Panthers and the Roosters.
Unfortunately, I'm tipping with my head here. I'm tipping Penrith. Hope no one's listening. But I just think out at Bluebet Stadium, out at Penrith, they haven't been performing to their best, and I think they'll be looking for a big one. And with Roosters not at full capacity in their side, I think Penrith will win.
We've got the Bunnies versus Tigers on Saturday.
Look, I'd love to see the Tigers go for a three-peat, but I just don't see it happening against the number one favourites at the moment, so I'm backing the Rabbits there.
All right, then we've got Cowboys and Dragons.
I'm backing the Cows up at home, up at Townsville. I think they'll win for sure.
All right, then the Raiders and the Eels.
Backing the Raiders for this one. I think they are always really strong at home, and they've put in a couple of really strong performances, and Eels have been a little inconsistent.
Because it's going to be freezing in Canberra. How do you go when it's really freezing?
Look, once you get warmed up, it's actually not too bad. It's more when you're on the bench or when you're watching in the crowd. When you're playing, it's not too bad. But, it will make a little, the Raiders are used to that, so that's always their advantage when you play down there.
You know, when you're watching at home and it's pouring with rain, I think, that'd be awful. Is it fun or is it awful?
It's not that bad. It's more just the clarity and how it changes the game. The temperature and the fact that you're all wet doesn't really matter. It's just that it's going to be a bit of a slower middles game. So that's what changed.
Because I played rugby union and AFL, and I was dreadful.
Oh, for 2 days or something.
Excuse me. AFL, I was dreadful at. Rugby union, I wasn't too bad at, but I used to do really well in the wet. I used to love playing in the wet. I don't know why that was.
It's good fun. And then when you hit the ground, it's all right. You can kind of slide a little bit. It doesn't hurt as much, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you've earned your evening Milo afterwards, after the shower.
That's what Millie has, an evening Milo. The Knights versus the Titans.
Look, I'm backing the Knights here. They've come off a bye and they're at home, and they've had apart from their game against the Eels, they had some really close games, their last 3 or 4, so I'm looking for them to get the win.
All right, Jonesy's a Sharkies supporter here.
on,
What do you
the
reckon, the
Sharkies.
Eagles or the Sharks on Sunday?
Oh, sorry, Jonesy. I've actually backed the Eagles. Even though they have been a little bit inconsistent, I think they always play well at home, and they didn't have a great performance last week, so they'll be looking to put in a good one.
Well, the
this
Sharks
week.
didn't have a great performance last week either, Millie. So
But they're at home. They're at home.
okay, yeah, right. Well, Millie, that's okay. It's a free country, Millie. You've deserved a little Milo. Go and get a Milo in the sheds.
Wonderful. Thanks, guys.
Nice
Millie,
to talk
thank
to you, Millie.
Stream the NRL for free this weekend on 9 Now with Storm versus Broncos, Panthers versus Roosters, and Manly versus the Sharks. That was Millie Boyle.